Hello YouTube, we are back with another video. we had to do another Bill Burr. I'm always excited to do a reaction by my guy. How do you know the N word is coming? This should be hilarious. Ain't no telling what he about to say. Man, so when I got the video and they were like, okay, you should react to this one. First thing I thought about was a couple conversations that I had when I was at boot camp. So if anybody know how it's set up at boot camp, you have a company of 200, you broken up into 4 platoons of 50, and then you got people from all over the world. And a lot of times that is our first time getting exposure just to be around that many different people. So at first, obviously, it's uncomfortable. You don't know these people. They don't know you, etc. The great thing about it is, you know, after so long, you get comfortable. You guys are going through, you know, how can I say, a very difficult task together as a team, and you just become family. Now, what comes with that is the curiosity. Questions that you've always wanted to ask a different group, race, whatever. This is your opportunity to ask. So when it comes to the N-word was one of the questions I had to ask a few of my white brethren. So I remember, you know, we used to have conversations that in today's time, you would not be allowed to have out in public. And I remember, I'm like, damn, I wonder, like, if white people really say it as much as I think they say it when ain't nobody around. So, of course, I had to ask my guy, and I asked him. Well, I asked a few of them. And I'm like, man, listen, keep it real with me. Because they were asking me about black people, too, about black culture. It is what it is. So I'm like, is it true? When ain't nobody around, is it said as much as I think it is? My dude was like, hell yeah, we say that shit all the time. He was like, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Behind closed doors, that shit is thrown around all the time. And not just the A, sometimes there's the hard ER. It is what it is. He was like, I'm not proud of it. It's just the reality of the situation. You know, it is what it is. And this is anecdotal, but I've asked probably about 30 some people. And they all said the same shit. They like, yeah, man, we say that shit behind closed doors. It is what it is. So I'm curious as to what Bill Burr got to say. All right, let's get to it. Oh, take a second. Hit that like, subscribe. It's free. It's free and it takes 2 seconds. Hit the like, subscribe.
Be back here down in the South, man. I had a real weird experience last time I came down here. I was in Nashville, right? Sort of an awkward social situation, right? I'm sitting at this bar. There's this white dude sitting like 2 stools away. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. And that Terrell Owens story was in like sports news. So I try to make conversation. I'm like, man, look at this guy. This guy just signed a $40 million contract. He's already bitching, man. How much money do you need to make? And the dude looks at me. He's like, you know what I say? And then he looked over his shoulder, which I now know is the telltale sign that the N-word is coming, and it's coming hard. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be pronounced with the A, it's gonna be with the R, and he hit the R, he like stuck the landing. There was like a dismount, Klan members high-fiving in the background, like doing the wave. Just out of nowhere, so now immediately I'm looking over my shoulder like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for like this hail of black fists to come raining down on top of me. I hate when people do stuff like that. That dude made me part of like a potential ass kicking that I had nothing to do with. You don't do shit like that. He just had that word, hot potato, just threw it in my lap. Like, trying to pass it down to the next white dude.
Hold on, let me pause it for a second. That shit happen all the time. Like when somebody look at you and they assume that they could say or do certain stuff, because of how they perceive you solely based on how you look. Man, I can't tell you how many times I've been out and I had people be like, hey, what's good? What's up, cuz? I'm like, listen, man, don't talk to me like that. One, I'm not your cousin. Two, you don't know me, I don't know you. Don't be that familiar. But yeah, people judge you and they think that they can say certain shit because of how you look. I fucking hate that. Let's keep going.
I hate when people do that, man. It's like, dude, feel me out first.
Right.
Ask some questions. Do you like to fish? Have you ever fucked your sister, right? I start rattling off answers, then you go old school. You give me a pamphlet, you tell me about your militia. Don't just dive into it. That dude was one of the angriest people I ever met. I should have known that word was coming, because he was just watching Terrell, right? Anytime I would bring up, look at man, that guy's talking trash, he would just like flip out. He won't shut up! Those people get like so mad they're not even looking at you. Their eyes are up. You just shut up and play the game. You know what's funny? I don't even like Terrell, but now I love the guy. Because every time I see him talking trash, I know this idiot in Nashville is just losing his mind, like kicking over his kitchen TV. Shut the fuck up! I like violence, man. I am. Not like when it happens to me or if I see it live. I like watching it on TV, Watching people, get attacked by animals. Just get blasted in the face or something, Like, I'm a huge sports fan. My favorite, moment of, the last year was in sports? That Detroit Piston, Indiana Pacer bench clearing brawl. Wasn't that great? That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was so confused when I watched ESPN that day. They were like, that was absolutely disgraceful. Basketball fans, it just must be a... I'm sitting there looking like, I'm a basketball fan. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed watching out-of-shape civilians get the shit kicked out of them by professional athletes. It was fascinating. And I think as sports fans, we kind of had it coming, right? Because how many times you go into a game, right? You got a little too drunk, you started screaming at some dude on the field who could clearly kick the shit out of you, right?
Facts.
If you saw him in the parking lot, you'd be like, hey, can you sign my stamp collection? I think you're awesome. You get in the game, you're all drunk, you're like, you suck, buddy! You're a piece of shit! And they're always calling him up, come on up here! No, come on up here! Well, they came up there.
Okay, culturally, that's some white people shit. I be seeing that shit all the time, man. They be yelling at them. Man, these athletes be like 7 foot tall, 250 pounds, solid muscle. And they be talking shit to them. I'm like, man, do you realize what that person can do to you? Sober, drunk, whatever, they be talking some shit. But the game that he's talking about in particular, I believe the one player was laying down. I'm not too familiar with the names, but I remember they threw a drink at him. I'm just imagine that. I would never think to throw food or throw drink at a professional athlete because I perceive that nothing can happen back. It is crazy. All right.
They did, and they kicked the shit out of everybody. It was great. It was like a cartoon. You're like beating up whole rows of people at once, like. I loved every second. I love how Ron Artest punched the wrong guy. Wasn't that great? He taught that dude a valuable lesson in life. When shit goes down, you don't just stand there like you're watching a movie like, wow, it's coming right at me. Must be in 3D or something. That was a 5'6", 110-pound white dude, had an angry 6'10" black dude running right at him. That had to have been in his top 3 nightmares all time. Right behind getting his dick cut off and being lit on fire. And he just stood there. He's like trying to explain himself. Well, I still have the liquid in my cup, so there's no way I could have... He's an idiot.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Let me see. There we go. All right. I love it, man. He's making some real shit. So in regards to the N-word, Listen, I've never understood the desire, because I don't like to hear it in general. I don't give a fuck what you look like. But in regard, because I think every race, there's terms that are deemed offensive, right? So if you're white, there's terms. If you're Hispanic, they have a specific term. If you're Asian, they have a specific term. And if you're white, Jewish, they have specific terms that are on a societal level. They're just deemed offensive. If I know a group of people don't like a certain term or they find it offensive for whatever historical reason, I've never had the desire to be like, well, if you can say it, I can say it. I personally, I don't understand it, because I don't have the desire to say shit that is historically offensive in general. I just don't care. I don't want to do it. I don't have a desire to do it. So, but I mean, am I the type that's like, if you want to just go around saying, I mean, so fucking be it. I mean, fuck you if you just feel the need, if you feel compelled to want to say it. I find it weird, and I just let people do whatever the fuck they want to do, and it is what it is. I don't have to deal with you. You don't have to deal with me. It is what it is. I don't really care that much. Do I find certain shit rude? Do I find it distasteful? Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, and then in the second part, in regards to like the Ron Artest situation that happened, I forget when it was, but it was when like I said, some crazy fans were throwing drinks and antagonizing NBA players, and when they threw the drink up, I think he went into the stands and gave them what they asked for. Same shit. I'm like, you want to go out and purposely antagonize people, be rude and disrespectful, and you find that to be entertaining, when people get what they deserve, I personally don't have any sympathy. I don't care. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Let's talk about it. Hey, also take a second, hit that like, subscribe. Listen, we becoming a family over here. We slowly but surely growing. Roll to 5,000. Help me get there, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. You guys have an amazing day. Until next time, we out.